In this lesson, we're going to explore some of the options in the behaviors motion tracking category. And in there we have four things: analyze motion, match move, stabilize, and unstabilize. And these all do different things, but they can be put together for some quite interesting results. So let's get started. Here I have a video file, short video file, and I've positioned that in my 10-second window there so that these two folks kind of pan across the frame. This is vintage video from the Internet Archives. So what I'd like to do here is motion track these people, and let's say put some text over their heads so the text follows along like it's in the scene, hanging over their heads. Alright, so what I need to do is analyze this motion. So I need to decipher the motion, or actually let the computer do the motion. And that's our first option over here, is analyze motion. So I'm gonna drop this on to my video file, okay, until I see the plus sign, and you can see it there, and it also shows up down here in my timeline. Now I just need to analyze the portion where they are on the screen, so I'm going to have this piece selected. I'm going to start with the girl. I'm going to put her forehead just so it's just coming into the frame there. And I'm going to press the I key. It's at the end point. I'm going to move it till her head's just about to go out of the frame. And press the O key. So that's my in and out point. So now it'll only analyze that section of the of the clip. I'm going to put my playhead back at the beginning of that. Now, when you put this on, you'll notice this little red dot here pops up in the middle of the screen. That is a tracker. That is a marker that tells the computer what it should track. Now, when you're tracking, you need to look for good high contrast areas. So if I click on this and you look over to the left, also where I clicked, you'll see a little kind of blow up. That shows an expanded view of the video behind it. So what I want to do is take that little crosshair in the middle and put it over the thing I want to track, and a nice contrasty point on the thing I want to track. So you can see over here on the left, that stays in that window. And now I can analyze that. So the computer needs to do its thing, to analyze the motion and create a track for that. So all we do is come up here and click the Analyze button, and you can see the computer do its thing here. It's creating a series of positions along with keyframes, and it's automating that. All right. That's a pretty good track on that. It's a good high contrasty thing. Now, if that hadn't been a good point to track, you'd have seen that point kind of go all over the place, and eventually it would stop because it wouldn't track. We can scroll through and we can kind of see with the enlarged white point what is where that track is located. Okay, so we have a track. Let's put an object to track to that. So let's put some text in. Alright, so I have some text. Now, I had my playhead positioned at the beginning of that. So that's when that text is going to pop in. Alright, so I have some text. I have my analyze motion. Now I need to tell my object, in this case the text, that I want it to follow that motion track. So I'm going to go back in my library. You're going to see this right below Analyze Motion. It's called Match Move. And what that does is that takes an object and tells it to match the movement of another object. So I'm going to drag that onto my text. Let's go into the inspector. And you're going to see all sorts of things. In this case, we want a simple track that moves it horizontally and a little bit vertically. So we're going to keep this direction set on horizontal and vertical. Now you can just do horizontal or just do vertical. We want it to track the movement, that's transformation. This can also do rotation and scale, but you need to add more track points. I'll go over that in class. Okay, so our source is the main thing here. We need to make the Analyze Motion the source, and you can either drag that Analyze Motion into that source well, or you can select it under here. So let's select our text file. Now you're going to notice lots of times when you do that, the the object offsets. So you just need to drag that back into the frame. It's going to move those keyframes with it. You'll notice that object now has all this this keyframed space. So let's take a look at what this looks like. You can see the text is following along and kind of moving with the object, and of course stops moving once it reaches the end of the motion track. So let's make those the same length there. Alright. Actually, you know what? Let's make that shorter and we can have a little conversation here. So I'm going to come through some text. Let's put another little piece of text in there. Let's have that text happen right about there. And let's make it a question. Now in this case, let's draw a little line so it looks like this person's saying what? There we go. In this case, we can track the same. We don't need to track that other person's head, but we can track the same from the same motion, since those people aren't really moving. So let's go to here. Let's put a match move on that. Actually, let's put a match. Let's group these. Let's see if we can do this a little easier. Let's group these, and let's put a match move on the group. We only have to do it once. There we go. Go to our inspector. Let's analyze. Put the Analyze Motion. Remember, it offsets that. Alright. And let's shorten that group up a little bit. Maybe to about there. Let's shorten our sum text up as well. Alright, let's take a look at our result here. Here they come. What? Remember, anything can be matched move. So it can be a another image, another piece of video moving through a frame, matched with another thing. It can be an image mask can be match moved to an image. There's all sorts of possibilities. We'll look at the other things in class. But these are going to be very useful for putting objects and making them look like they're part of that space.